So we have the two parts lecture today. Part one will be dealing with Jerusalem and the Masjid al-Aqsa. Then the part two will deal with another monument which is very close to Masjid al-Aqsa, that is the Dome of the Rock. So both names are, I hope both all the three names rather, Jerusalem and Masjid al-Aqsa and Dome of the Rock. I'm sure you are all familiar with these names. But then what we have to look at these names or look at these places or these monuments is that how was their evolution, ये कैसे शुरू हुए, कब शुरू हुए, कि क्या वजूहात थी इनके शुरू होने की. So that is our topic. So talking about Jerusalem, the brief history of Jerusalem is quite sad in a way. Jerusalem has been destroyed twice. In fact, it has not been destroyed twice, it has been destroyed many times. And besieged 23 times, attacked 52 times, and captured and recaptured 44 times. And it is one of the oldest cities in the world. When I say that this is one of the oldest cities in the world, there are quite a few other cities also in the world which are very, very old. उनकी evolution का पता ही नहीं है कितने पुराने हैं. For example, one city which is very, very old and it is one of the oldest capitals. शुरू से ही वो शहर capital रहा है अपने मुल्क का या अपनी जगह का. And the evolution of the city पता ही नहीं है क्या है. That is the city of Damascus जिसे हम कहते हैं Damascus. Right from the beginning, when we come to know about this city, it has remained the capital of Syria. तो अभी तक चला आ रहा है. The other very important city is Multan. ये भी इतना पुराना है कि इसकी history का पता ही नहीं कि कब शुरू हुआ और कैसे शुरू हुआ and who were the people responsible for its beginning. Anyway, these are the three oldest cities in the world today. And Jerusalem is, of course, one of the oldest. Jerusalem has been described in many books of the Christians, and this is a woodcut from the 1493, and the author has tried to depict the kind of or what was his imagination about the city. And since the city is known as the city which once retained or had the Haikal Sulaimani and as well as the capital of Hazrat Dawood al-Islam, much before the time of Hazrat Sulaiman. So this is a conjectural view of the city. You can see the city which has a wall around it and it has gateways also. And there are many, many important buildings within the city. This is a very conjectural picture, nothing to do with the reality. Okay, the archaeological evidence suggests that the first settlement was established near the Gihon spring between 4500 and 3500 BCE. The first known mention of the city was in 2000 BCE. And that reference we come to know about the city. In the Egyptian text, the city was recorded as Jerusalem. So that is the oldest name of this city which we come across in the text of these Egyptian texts are just texts recorded either on the papyri or on the walls of the temples, Egyptian temples, and so on. But this also gives us an idea that once upon a time in history, the area which is now Jerusalem was known as Jerusalem. And secondly, the city at that time was being controlled by the Egyptians or the pharaohs. So that is how far the history of the city goes. One new name which has occurred in this slide is the Gihon Spring. Well, as the city of Mecca developed due to a spring which was caused by Hazrat Hajra, then the Zamzam occurred and then the city grew at that spot. And in the same way, due to this Gihon Spring, when I say Gihon Spring, actually the word G is very confusing when we translate it into Arabic. For example, we have in Syria, we have the Gilan Heights. उनको गिलान हाइट भी कहते हैं, उनको जिलान हाइट भी कहते हैं, because G or the Jim is pronounced in two ways. For example, if you go to Egypt, anything which starts with Jim, they call it with Gaf. कुरान मजीद को कुरान मजीद कहते हैं, लेकिन बाकी जहाँ भी जीम आता है वो गाफ ही बोलते हैं. अगर आपका नाम मजीद है तो they will call you Magid. So this is a little confusion when they are using the Jim. So Gihon Spring or the Gihon Spring, one and the same thing. ये इसी तरह है जैसे कुछ लोग अपने आप को जिलानी कहते हैं और कुछ अपने आप को गिलानी कहते हैं. And they both belong to a city which is known as Gilan. So this is a bit confusion, which should be very clear in your mind. So the spring is as old as 4,500 years. And because of the spring, the settlement grew closer to that spring. And ultimately, that settlement turned into a city. And that city became known as, which was in ancient times known as Jerusalem, became known as the Bethel Maqdis or the Jerusalem. The Gihon Spring is also known as the Saint Mary's Pool. Saint Mary Malka, हमारे जो हज़रत मरियम थी उनके नाम पे है. It is spring in the Kidron Valley. So here the spring is somewhere here. This slide show you the area. This is the spring, and it is the earliest of the settlements. And this place shows you the palace of Dawood al-Islam and the Suleiman al-Islam. And then this is another important structure which belonged to the Jebusites. Jebusites were the people who were very famous, who have been living in this area for a very, very long time. In some of the pictures, some are very old pictures and some are recent pictures of the Gihon spring. This is the spring emerging out of the hills or a mountain, kind of mountain. And you can also see a flight of steps coming down from the side. And this is a passage which goes down and ultimately it connects with this and comes down here. And this is the flow of the water. The Salimam refer to either peace compared to the modern Salam or Shalom in the modern Arabic and Hebrew texts. So the Salimam is simply mean peace or salam or salamati. Archaeological evidence suggests that by the 17th century BCE, the Canaanites had built a massive wall around the city that was about 26 feet high, as reported by the historian. I have a very small question to ask you. Who are the Canaanites or where the city of Canaan was located? कनान का जिक्र पुरानी किताबों में, पुराने किस्सों में, पैगंबरों की कहानियों में बहुत आता है. But where is Canaan today?
Sir, Syria?
सीरिया. और बताएं, कुछ और गेस करें.
मेरे ख्याल है इराक और सीरिया के अंदर ज्यादा हो.
ठीक है, आप कहें. देखिए, जाहिर है कि the area which is very famous for the production of the prophets, जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा prophets आए, तो वो यही एरिया है जिसे हम कनान कहते हैं. The famous story of Hazrat Yusuf al-Islam and his migration, Canaan comes again and again into the reference. The important place, but this is not a city. It is an area. जैसे हमने हिजाज डिस्कस किया था in the last lecture. Hijaz, when you say Hijaz or Hijaz Muqaddas, that is not a name of a city, but it is a name of an area. So Canaan is also a name of area. I show you a map of the Canaan. By 1550 or 1400 BCE, Jerusalem was under Egypt. Canaan was the name of a large and prosperous ancient country located in the Levant region of the present-day Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Israel. So ये जो इलाके हैं, जिन्होंने आप में किसी ने सीरिया की बात की, तो you are right. A part of Syria was also a part of this area which is known as Canaan today, or Canaan in the history. Canaan was named after a man called Canaan, the grandson of Hazrat Nuh. So Hazrat Nuh al-Islam का एक बेटा था जिसका नाम Canaan था. And most probably the place is named after him. So again, this is a matter of conjecture. Sometimes historians just write these things out of just one. Ultimately, they became known after their names. Anyway, the history says that it is named after Canaan, who was the son of Hazrat Nuh al-Islam. Another word which is in this slide is the Levant. What is the Levant? Levant is like something which is like in the shape of a crescent. So वो जो एक curve सा होता है, that area which is around the Mediterranean, that is known as the Levant, explained you by virtue of a map. So this is the sea over here, and this is Canaan. This area is Canaan, and this area, this semicircle, is known as the Levant. So it's very close to Mesopotamia or Iraq, and Syria is somewhere here. And today Israel is at this place. Israel is over here. and then the country of the Palestinians somewhere here, and the Jordan here. So this area is known as the Canaan. And it has remained very, very famous in the books of Islamic history, particularly Islamic religious history. And some of the relics are still surviving from the ancient times or the times of the Egyptians. These constructions are mostly carried out in stone or bricks, that is stone and mud, and they partially surviving till very recent times. And if you look at these two structures carefully, you will find that they are very much closer to the construction of the Egyptian temples and so on. And these are their underground chambers over here, underground chamber here, and the decorative element which are still surviving. And also a flight of step going into this rock, and most probably there was another structure of this nature over this area which has been demolished. And some more relevant things about Canaan and this area and referred to various prophets and quoted in various interpretations of Bible in the books of the Christianity. According to the Bible, the Israelites' history of the city began in 1000 BC with King David's arrival, followed with Jerusalem became the city of David. So अब जो Jews हैं or the Christian, they call it city of David, but we remember him as Hazrat Dawud alayhi salam. The oldest of the prophets who is related to this city, he is Hazrat Dawud alayhi salam. So उनके काफी अर्सा के बाद then came the time of Hazrat Sulaiman, and then the city started gaining importance. And this is how the city gradually developed. And during the time of Hazrat Sulaiman, there are many stories related to Hazrat Sulaiman. आपने सुनी होगी कहानी हजरत शीबा की कहानी और उनके हुदहुद की कहानी and the jinn और ये और वो and so on. Even some people state and some people believe that the city of Jerusalem or the Haikal Suleimani, that is the palace of the Hazrat Sulaiman, was built not by humans but by jinns. And many people believe in it. And it is also believed by all of us that Hazrat Sulaiman was also controlling the power of the jinns, and all the jinns were under his control. And one day, when Hazrat Sulaiman was supervising the construction of the city or his palace, which is known as Haikal Suleimani, he was standing and resting himself on his walking stick. And he stood there in that posture for a very long time, and ultimately that stick was eaten up by the termite. And when the stick broke up, and Hazrat Sulaiman fell down because he had died in that posture. तो जब जिन्होंने देखा कि ये तो फौत हो चुके हैं, then they announced their liberation. उन्होंने अपनी आज़ादी का ऐलान कर दिया. And since that day, the jinns are free. So अब हर जगह वो घूमते फिरते हैं. Some of them are good jinns, and some of them are bad jinns, and some of them are female, and some of them are male. That is how the history of the jinns go. And if you study the history of the jinns in Quran, jinns has been referred to with many names. For example, one name is jinn, and the second name is Jan. Jinn में ज़ेर नीचे आ रही है. The second name is Jan, उसमें ऊपर ज़बर आ रही है Jan. And the third name is Janna, that is जीम नून अलफ और आखिर में भी है. तो तीन किस्म के नाम हैं जिन्नों के लिए, all related are quoted in Quran. So even if you go through the Surah Al-Rahman, तो उसमें भी आप देखेंगे कि जिन का जिक्र दो तीन तरीकों से आया है. जिन भी आया है और जन्ना भी आया है, and so on. So remember, these variations are of one and the same thing which relate to jinn, which is creation by Allah. But the creation is not with the clay or mud like we are, but the jinn was created out of fire. So that is the background of the jinns and the construction of the holy city of Jerusalem and the supervision of the construction of Jerusalem by Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam.